uh, there's there's different ways that people respond to the world, and one of the ways that people, I will say, people used to respond to the world, and this is not always true, okay? I'm going to say I remember when, okay? I've been in environments and in cultures and in the place even where I grew up, okay, where who you really are is all that mattered. And who you really are, people didn't judge you. They just wanted to know you for who you really are. And so they didn't really, you didn't have to be phony or pretend. You could just be who you are. And people would accept you how you are. Now, most people don't respond to the world with just who you are. We've grown up in an environment where we feel like maybe that's not too safe, that maybe that's not too wise to let people know who I really am, what I really think, how I really feel, what I really prefer, sexually, politically, spiritually. You know, who I am with regards to my own body, to other people, to food, to drugs and alcohol. All of that is a secret. All of that is kept inside. And so consequently, people don't really know who they really are. And so responding to the world as who you really are is not even an option for most people. And so something is missing. So what we begin to respond to the world with is who you want people to think you are. Yeah, who you want others to see. So you become, rather than your true self, you become a representation of something that you would like for people to think that you are. Now, you may actually become that someday, but right now you're just pretending to be something that you want everybody else to think that you are. Most people would like everyone to think that they're richer than they are. Or if you're very rich, you might want people to think that you're poorer than you are. There are people who are not so smart, but they want everyone to think that they're smarter than they are. And then there's people who are very, very smart, and sometimes they want people, they pretend that they're not so smart. Okay? So that others won't have to be whatever, but won't have to be imposed upon or be intimidated. So a lot of times you'll find very intelligent people pretending to be a little dumber than they really are. Okay? Or you may feel, you know, look at the cosmetic world, okay? If you even just, you know, women's cosmetics. They have shoes that make them taller. You have shoes that make you taller, and things that make your eyelashes longer, and things that make your skin look better than it is, and different parts of your body bigger or smaller than they really are, and and your nails longer than they are, or your lips bigger or smaller or redder than they were. And so even in our presentation to the world, we are constantly presenting what we would like to be, or what we would like others to believe that we are. You know, there's a whole category of photographs that I saw in a magazine the other day. It was like celebrities without makeup, and it was unbelievable. You couldn't recognize the person without their makeup, because who they had presented to the world was a personage that is a famous celebrity, and who they are when they're at home alone or they're just going down to the store is totally somebody else. And I'm not saying that one's better than the other by any means. It's just that who we want everyone to think we are is a very big part of how we present ourselves to the world. And I'm going to say that, I'm just going to call that your social mask, who you'd like everybody else to think you are. And then there's another way that people respond to the world, and that's with who you wish to be, or who you hope to be, who you hope or wish to be. Okay? Now, there's kind of something to look at here, because I believe that we hope or wish to be something, and it may be a part of ourselves, our greater part of ourselves, that is drawing us forward. It may be something, a part of ourselves that we are reaching for. You know, it depends on, you have to look for yourself and see if that's true. You know, not if you're, I don't know, if you're 5'4" and you wish to be 6'2", you may be, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. However, you might not want to present that to the world. You may not want to go around telling everybody that you're really 6 feet. But you may wish to be, you know, I remember a time when I wished to be a professional dancer. Okay, I was a dance student, and I wanted to be in that company that was touring around the world and doing shows. I wished for that, I hoped for that, and my wishing and hoping had me do the hard work that it took to make that a reality. So sometimes your wishing and your hoping is something that's actually attainable, something that seems outside of your reach, and your wishing or hoping will drive you or give you the energy, the insight, and the stamina to reach for something greater. Okay? You may be wish that you had more money, or that you were more successful in your career. You may wish that you were healthier, or that you weighed more or less, or that you spoke more languages. That wishing and hoping, those are all attainable things, you see. Those are all things that one could and maybe even should wish for. And that is very distinct from pretending to be something that you're not. So those are the sort of modalities that people relate to the world with. And then when you bring that back to your romantic relationships, okay? When you meet somebody for the very first time, they're already responding to you in one of those three ways. Either who they really are, who they'd like you to believe that they are, or who they wish they could be, who they're hoping to be, who they're reaching for in their life. And you're doing that too. So it clouds our ability to actually be with each other, and we end up being in a representational relationship instead of an authentic relationship. We feel empty inside, and we hope that somebody is going to come along and fulfill that for us. We hope that somebody's going to come along and be our everything and fulfill that emptiness inside of us that only we can fulfill, of course, and only through our own actions, desires, and right actions, I will say, can we be what is called a self-realized human being, one who actually realizes their potential, one who actually fulfills on the promise of the potentiality of their life.